Welcome back to Messages from Earth. This is a podcast that was created during the quarantine in 2020. These are 27 individual phone calls that were made asking the same question to everyone and put together in a way that made this feel as if we're all in one space. We're all connected during this time of self-isolation. Some of the phone calls do sound like someone is calling from space, so just listen in closely. Today's question is, what is love to you?
To me, love is about sharing. For a person or for a thing, time needs to disappear in order to have love. For example, my brother and my friends, and when I'm with them, time often goes away. Time just fly by when you're doing stuff you love with people you love.
So I guess, to me, one word that would encapsulate all those types of love is care. So maybe love is just caring for things or for people to varying degrees. And I would say as well, there's a chemical aspect to it too. So the experience of emotion, but also I think there's something deeper going on in the soul when we experience love or any other emotions. I think there is the physical, chemical aspect, and then there's something, more spiritual going on as well.
Love to me is unconditional, man. The people that I love is unconditional. I don't love them because of what they do for me or even what they mean to me. I love them because I love them, and that won't change, I love my family regardless of what happens because they're my family, and that's not going to change. I think for love to be true, it should be unconditional, and that's my issue with romantic love is a lot of the time I don't think it is unconditional. I think if certain circumstances or certain conditions change in that particular situation, then the love fades. Because when I think of love, I think of that love will not go anywhere regardless in 20, 30, 40, 60, 70 years. And of course, some people do find that in romantic situations. I just think it's rarer, So what love means to me is being able to love a person unconditionally, for what they do to you or for the potential of what they could be, like for who they are in front of you, that person that's in front of you, Not like, if I love them, but, X, Y, Z could be better, or I would change X, Y, Z. No, if you love them, you love them for who they are, flaws and all, all of it.
I think love, to me, there's definitely feeling involved. I won't say, I know a lot of people say love is not a feeling, it's a choice, or it's an action. I think that's definitely true. But I definitely also think it is a feeling. It's that feeling at the back of your head or in your soul where you say, I care about this person. Let me maybe put my ego down and think about them. It's that feeling when we care that we've hurt someone. And when it's genuine, you feel it too, Yeah. You're not just doing it because you should.
To be able to eat food together and stuff, man. And just eat food, man, and also to allow someone to be who they are, make meals together and stuff, man, and because love is blind as well, though. You feel me? I'm a very emotional person. You feel me? I'm very in tune with my feelings, and they can get the better of me. I gotta learn to love with my head, in a sense. You feel me?
Yeah.
Not just my heart.
Acceptance and listening. I think that really is key to me. Being able to listen and just understand what the person, just taking the time out to listen to what the other person's saying. For me, especially wanting that feeling of someone's actually listening to what I'm saying, but I should also work on the same thing and kind of reciprocating that attribute, basically. But yeah.
Love. I think really love is just being there at the end of the day, just being there for other people, being a good support for other people. I think that's love.
What is love to me? Love is... This question. I don't know. Love is
Okay, to you personally, what has love been in your whole life? What would you say?
I don't know how to express that in a sentence. I guess love is a wonderful feeling, and
Okay.
yeah.
I think you've described it by not describing it. Do you know what I mean? It's beyond us, in some ways.
Yeah,
it's great. It's greater.
Yeah, it's greater than the word itself. It's just, you can't say that it's a beautiful feeling. I think love is just like beyond emotions.
Something that can't be expressed so easily, and I guess that I don't know if it's complicated, but then it's simple. It contrasts. It's like heart beating fast and slow, and it's also terrifying. So many things. Omnipotence paradox of it being like the sun. It's like an ongoing synonym and ongoing sonnet being written about.
Love to me is a lot of things. Mm-hmm. I'd probably start off saying freedom. I think if you're able to feel free in a relationship, and that could be any like type of relationship, whether that's your friends, the person that you're in a relationship, like romantically, or like your family, if you're able to feel free and not perform, I think that's beautiful, because it's like you're being yourself. You know, you don't have to. You're not pretending. Like, they can see you for who you actually are, rather than having to perform in front of them. If somebody can give you that, then that's definitely amazing. Another one, I'd probably say a commitment, and commitment and consistency, because love is long suffering. You get me? Like, it's, if you're still able to love that person, even like when they're being silly and stupid, do you get me? And they're gonna irritate you at some points, man. But if you can see past that and you're still give them that loyalty, I think that's also amazing. And just feeling secure. I think security is a big thing in love. Yeah, security is definitely a big thing.
Love is sacrifice, and we all will sacrifice whatever we can for the things that we love, for the people that we love. So yeah, I think just genuinely love is all about sacrifice.
Do you know what? I'm not sure I even know what love is myself, to be honest. I don't know if anyone can really put a proper definition around it, because it's such a powerful emotion. To try and define it as well as I can, it's when you feel an enormous amount of affection towards someone or something in your life.
That's a hard one. It's just like I've been thinking about this question for like the past month, I think, because I think I don't know. Like, it's just like I'm trying to. I think we need to come back on this question like in 6 months or something. I'm really like trying at the moment to understand, because I think I've been confusing my life. It's just like sometimes. It's just like sometimes I thought I was loving somebody, but wasn't. In the end, I realized it was not real love or like healthy love. So it's just like sometimes I'm being feeling confused. So if that one I thought it was love, but it actually probably wasn't, then what's a real love? So I think I'm discovering it. So I'm not sure. Okay. I'm not sure, but obviously it's respect and caring and like sharing.
To me, I think love is infatuation with time. So if you can, it's great if you can like be really in admiration of someone and all of this. But if it lasts throughout time and you have that kind of commitment
and you don't really know the reason behind like wanting to be with them, but like you do, it's there, you know.
Yeah.
I think that makes it a lot stronger. In terms of, it might be agape, but in terms of family love, is that kind of underlying subconscious bond you all have, and that kind of sense of calm.
True love is the closest thing we could ever be able to get to being selfless. Not thinking, this is too much effort, I won't do it. But thinking, like finding yourself wanting to, oh, you know what, I'll do that. Yeah, probably the best way I can describe it is as selfless as we can be as human beings, because it's actually us caring, like truly caring about someone who isn't us.
Love is accountability. As I get older, love is the ability for someone to tell you that you're wrong, you should try harder, search deeper, invest more. It's a lot of patience and kindness and understanding, but I think a large part of it is discipline, accountability, and that voice in the back of your head that tells you actually you could be and do so much more if you put your mind to it, if you invested more, if you structured your time better, if you'd not raised your voice. As I get older, that has been the underlying current of all my relationships. Romantic, social, familial, friendship.
I think love is putting yourself in someone else's shoes and trying to understand how they feel. And also love is sacrifice, you know, giving yourself your desires or things that you want for someone else, you know, and doing it gladly as well. So because you have a deep affection for someone.
I think it's other people making gestures and showing how much they love you in really very silly ways. It's love to me.
Yeah.
Things like someone who will sit up with you in the middle of the night because they know that you need them.
My first thought is like putting all your trust into someone that just putting like all your trust into someone or like something.
Is love to me caring for somebody on a deeper level, like genuinely caring for someone, and what they do affects how you feel as well, and how they feel affects how you feel as well. Just having that connection with somebody that's just different, like it's just what you do is you affect them. I feel like that's what love is.
I think definition of love is if you're willing, I think, to put your life down for the other person. That could come in many ways, not necessarily having to die for the person, because most people will not require you to die for them.
Yeah.
Unless you're put in that situation, then that is genuine, true love. But when I say lay down your life for that person, that put the other person in before you, in front of you, in everything you do, no matter what, really. So people do love in moments. I can't put people in front of me a certain time, but when it comes to food, I'm sorry. My love does not extend that far.
I think love is the gift. It's a gift that you can share to others, and also you can develop as well. Because I am from like a different culture, but it's like in my culture, we never say, the parents will never say, I love you that much. But when you come in UK, people say like, I love you, mom, I love you, kids. You know, sometimes, yes, they don't say it, but it doesn't mean like they don't love you. It is a way that we could express ourselves, our feeling towards others.
I think love is a very varied and complicated thing, and people of hundreds of years with the English language have veiled the word. Love sums up too many things in one word, and we haven't given ourselves the vocabulary to express a wider sense of what it is. So if you look at the old traditional Greek words for love, you've got all the 5 different types of love. I think that does it better. It shows that actually love is such a complex thing. So you can have that love for your brother or your friend. And you can have that love for a romantic partner, and you can have that romantic love, or you can have that lustful love, and they combine together and they work. But you can have that romantic love without needing, and it's little elements of each all interact to make up the love that you have for each individual.
Oh, I like that.
I knew you would.
So for me, love is I feel like it's a peaceful emotion. You just feel so calm, so at peace. Yeah, because everything's just going right. Yeah, it's a good experience. Yeah.
Oh, you're asking some deep questions, man. Where is love to me?
Yeah, what is love to you?
I think love is being able to bear with one another despite whatever troubles we may bring to each other. Like in a family settings, I could not imagine myself like if my siblings did something horrendous, that I would stop loving them just because of the things that they did. I think love is being able to bear or stick with one another no matter what happens. You may have that bit of anger at the end, at the beginning, but being able to stick with each other throughout, despite that, I think that's all love is to me.
Love is this elevated feeling of feeling happy and forgiving. I think that's quite important, to be forgiving and accepting. It's unconditional. That's what it is. Being unconditional to someone, no conditions, acceptance.
Thank you so much for listening in. I hope you've enjoyed hearing everyone's messages. And if you do have any questions, the podcast has an Instagram at Messages from Earth. And to keep posted on the following episodes, feel free to subscribe. And yeah, until next time, take care, stay safe. Bye.